Well, here it is, the Sheldon National Refuge, a place so remote you probably won't see anybody, you won't hear much, and your cell phone certainly won't work. But what you will get is the state of Nevada at its finest. Come on, let's go play. The Sheldon National Wildlife Refuge spreads over 500,000 acres on the northwest border of Nevada and Oregon. It's a wonderland of wildlife and history. Well, as you can see, the refuge is massive, so we're going to need a little help today, and that's why I've enlisted this gentleman right here. This is Pat Bruce. He is the Stewardship Program Director for Friends of Nevada Wilderness. Nice seeing you. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling fantastic. It's another beautiful day on the Sheldon Refuge.
Sure is. Now, tell me about Friends of Nevada Wilderness and how you're connected to the refuge here.
Well, Friends of Nevada Wilderness is a 32-year-old 501c3 nonprofit organization. We work exclusively in the state of Nevada on public lands, and stewardship and restoration is a big part of what we do. And we've partnered here on the refuge with other organizations and the Fish and Wildlife Service to get some work done, and we've been working out here for approximately 8 years.
Pat Bruce has worked with Friends of Nevada Wilderness for the past 11 years. Sheldon Refuge has been his main priority and favorite job assignment. It's a big refuge. In square miles, what are we talking about?
It's almost 900 square miles, and there's over 270 species of wildlife here on the refuge.
900 square miles, and there's a house in the middle of it. How did it get here?
The house was built as the original refuge headquarters in 1934 by the Works Progress Administration, and they were part of the Civilian Conservation Corps and Roosevelt's New Deal, and it brought men to work post-Depression trying to build the economy back up, and we're pretty lucky that they built this place.
The National Refuge was established in 1931 by President Herbert Hoover, primarily to protect the pronghorn, the fastest mammal in North America. So when you come here to the refuge, there's a can't-miss stop. It's the Last Chance Ranch. When you take a look at it, it's almost like looking at a fairy tale. And this is really where the refuge began, isn't it?
Yeah, this is definitely the epicenter, so to speak. George Hapgood and his family settled this area in the mid-1800s. The name supposedly goes back to him thinking that this was his last chance to have a real solid operation and run his cows, and they had horses out here. He raised his family, started to kind of manipulate the landscape. These were some of the first fences that went up. He had a really successful operation until the refuge was starting to be established. In 1931, the property transferred to the Civilian Conservation Corps and U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.
A last chance for ranching turned into the only chance for the pronghorn. The acquisition of this ranch made the refuge possible. The premises were used as headquarters while the little Sheldon house was being built. So this is really where the refuge was born, and as you mentioned, there was cattle, there was horses, so fences. There was a lot of barbed wire, and you've been working to get that out?
Yeah, in the last 6 years, we've been able to take out over 265 miles of barbed wire fence from the refuge now.
Restoring Sheldon to its original landscape has been the focus of Pat and his team. They have removed an estimated 90 tons of fence and scrap metal, making the pronghorn feel right at home once again. Why is Sheldon such a great place for the pronghorn?
Well, it's a huge landscape here. A lot of wide open space, a lot of place to move. There's water available here, and there's lots of sagebrush to eat. Their other little favorite things are growing here and there throughout the season. And now with all this work done, they can move a lot easier without all these fences obstructing their progress, moving back and forth.
Do they have predators?
Not really any predator left. They could pretty much outrun anything. During the time where the fawns are small, that's a time where predation could happen. But once they reach that point where they're running on their own, there's nothing that can catch them out here.
Habitat restoration, lack of predators, and the implementation of hunting restrictions have all helped the pronghorn population grow from 250 in 1956 to 2,500 in 2012. What would you say their general personality is?
They're pretty interesting. They're extremely curious. An old pronghorn biologist by the name of Jim Yoakum told me once, if you ever want to see a pronghorn up close, act peculiar.
Have you personally encountered one up close?
Yeah, it's pretty wild to have that kind of connection here. And this landscape here is a place where you can experience raw nature and wildlife in a way that's not really possible in other places.
The connection between man and nature here in Sheldon sparks the advocacy to preserve Nevada's open lands.
Pat, you saved the best for last. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. Tell me about this.
This is Thousand Creeks Gorge, and it's a pretty big crack in the earth here. One side of it faces Virgin Valley, the other side faces Thousand Creeks Ranch, and it makes a really cool hike if you can get through there.
Really cool. I've been to Ireland and Africa and the Grand Canyon. This combines them all. Coming out here and doing the work you do, it just must be fulfilling for you.
Oh, for sure. You know, all the work that we do with Friends of Nevada Wilderness it touches people a lot. I mean, I've seen volunteers turn around on a project and be in tears because they've seen something from start to finish, and the visible difference is just striking.
And I know the wildlife appreciates it as well, because the numbers bear that out.
Yeah, when the refuge was established, the numbers of pronghorn were pretty low. And through the great work of the Fish and Wildlife Service and groups like ours coming together and working on the landscape, numbers are up, and the landscape is free of obstructions like fence and metal garbage.
So on behalf of everybody, thank you, and thank everybody at Friends of Nevada Wilderness for everything that you're doing out here. It's a big deal.
Well, we appreciate it. A lot of good volunteers.
All right, I hope I get to come back.
Yeah, anytime, Joe.